What's going on, everybody? Hope you didn't just get yourself knocked out with the, heavy punches that I just threw. But if you're still up and are still alive, and you were some way somehow able to bob and weave my punches, which few do, you're one of the lucky survivors. But without further ado, we're gonna react to the night Tyson opponent got impatient. Before we get started with this video, make sure to make a great thumbs up, light up blue. It will throw confetti at you like you're at a party. Comment down any video suggestions, anything you want me to react to next. I'll make it happen for sure. Make that rectangular box thingy gray. Shares into me for how many other people you would like from the floor. From the floor up. Possibilities are endless. Come on now. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this video. Beady beep, bada bop, beady beep. Bop bop. Move myself right here. Here we go.
Any comments on the fight?
Yeah, prove who the real champion is.
Was it ever close?
It was over before it started.
Think there'll be a rematch?
You think they want one?
How about a shot?
That's it. Very good.
Welcome back to another big fight recap here on BLTV Classic.
I'm gonna do this. As soon as I get in the ring.
Recap here on BLTV
That face right there just looks like a menace. Like, nah.
Classic.
I'm gonna do this. As soon as I get in the ring, it's a whole different story. I'm the killer then.
On today's video, we venture back to the closing stages of Tyson's development period in the professional ranks. Still young and undefeated, but now taking on more serious heavyweight contenders.
A very rugged Reggie Gross.
Reggie Gross isn't often credited as a serious contender. However, Tyson's legendary trainer, Cus D'Amato, knew there was more than meets the eye, as he was openly opposed to letting his prodigy take on the Baltimore Bruiser. A short, explosive battle that sent the loser spiraling out of control. Let's take a look.
Bro, am I sucked to them? Because, jeez, this is a W production right here. Just drop a like already. Jeez. You guys should do too.
There you go. There you go. Again.
We here. I'm working with you, Tyson. Back in the day.
Very good.
A lot is made of Tyson's work ethic today. To see a teenage boy so dedicated to his craft is inspiring. When he wasn't in the gym perfecting his technique, he was reading boxing books and magazines, watching classic matches from Cus's library, and even attending events and weighing up his potential opponents in the flesh.
Tyson, welcome to Wembley, Mike. Thank you very much, Harry. Just give us...
He was obsessed, but his infatuation with the sport paled in comparison to his trainer and mentor, Cus D'Amato.
An all trainer, and had a head full of incredible knowledge, and had this impact on every fighter that he had ever trained.
Cus's traits as a coach were endless. He was a futurist, a boundary breaker, a professor of the sweet science with the communication skills to convey his philosophy in layman's terms. But his most salient quality, widely overlooked by the hardcore boxing community, was his detailed knowledge of the current landscape in boxing. He knew the strengths and weaknesses of every fighter from New York to Moscow. If a fighter was making waves in a small town in, say, Scotland, he knew about it and would often send one of his team, usually Jose Torres, across the globe on a scouting mission.
This is all good. Oh, that's a danger sign for Bruno.
In 1985, during Tyson's early rise, Cus took a particular interest in a young, undefeated light heavyweight from the Bronx named Reggie Gross. Gross was trained by Mac Lewis, a prominent figure in the New York boxing scene in the mid-'80s. Lewis helped nurture a talent that remained undefeated as a light heavyweight, and one that conquered two notable contenders at the 200-plus pound limit in Jimmy Clark and Smokin' Burt Cooper. Before Cus D'Amato passed away in late 1985, he left a note to Jose Torres of fighters that he thought Tyson should avoid, at least until his prodigy had gained more experience. At the top of that list was one Reginald Gross. Gross was nimble with decent defensive skills, but that wasn't the reason Cus wanted no part of him. Tyson's trainer was fearful of the fact that Gross had lost to low-caliber fighters like Anthony Witherspoon and Jack Johnson, yet was able to defeat both Jimmy Clark and Smokin' Burt Cooper within a short period of time. Gross was the sort of fighter that rose to the occasion, defied the odds when it mattered most, and in 1986 there wasn't a
So when the pressure was upon him, he rose.
more motivating challenge than taking on the Brooklyn Bomber, Kid Dynamite.
W production, you feel that?
The undefeated Mike.
Alright, so he's 20-1-0 at this point.
Tyson
was this,
came
86?
face-to-face with Gross on June 13th, 1986. Tyson had a record of 21-0 with 19 KOs, while Gross had a record of 18-4 with 12 finishes inside the distance.
Okay. Ooh. Go with Tyson. Don't it? Oh! Oh my God. I thought I felt that. Watch this.
Tyson looked the more dangerous of the two in the opening round, stalking Gross around the ring, trying to get the job done early. With a minute left on the clock, Gross momentarily stunned Mike with an uppercut, followed by a right hook. Seeing a glimpse of weakness, Gross just went all guns blazing to try and shock the world.
Jeez. He's throwing at him. Ooh. Nah.
A devastating, leaping left-hand counter put Gross down and out for the count. In total,
Just like
Gross threw
that?
18 shots in that short barrage, while
Bro, he
Tyson,
didn't have
on
his
the
guard
other
up at
hand,
all,
threw
too.
just
Look.
a single blow. One of the greatest knockouts
Tyson
in
was
life
just
that
being
truly
technical at that
emphasized
point,
how
he was
remarkable
being
his
patient.
technique was.
Were you surprised by that?
Not at all. At first I thought because he charged out a little with a kind of a sluggish stand, like he's just ready to wing. But I was precarious about it, and I just kept putting the jab in his
Bro,
face,
he didn't even
pushing forward,
sweat.
telling him to move forward.
If there is a way to beat Mike Tyson, how do you do it?
You put me in the ring with him.
You want to talk about that one, dude? I don't.
357 Magnum.
I'm starting to think.
Good chance.
It wasn't until after the Tyson match that we realized boxing was just a mere side hustle for Gross, pocket money to fuel his crippling cocaine addiction. Coming from the tough streets of Baltimore, the influence of crime and gang culture drew Reggie in at an early age. By teenhood, he'd been in and out of the juvenile system for crimes such as theft and robbery. Gross took up boxing in the late 70s, but his life outside the ring never changed. In fact, things only got worse. A lot worse.
3 weeks ago, police and sheriff's departments in Los Angeles began a major campaign to arrest gang members.
In the fall of 1986, 2 months after the Tyson fight, Gross was arrested and charged with 3 counts of murder that he allegedly carried out while working as a hitman for the infamous Boardley gang. Gross was acquitted in court for lack of evidence. However, another member of the gang, Donnie Andrews, cooperated with the FBI and gave incriminating evidence to put Reggie behind bars for the rest of his life. In 1989, Gross was convicted and sentenced to 3 life sentences, 2 of which were served consecutively. He's currently being held at the Terre Haute Correctional Facility in Indiana, where his expected release date is November 1st, 2048. If you'd like to know more about the Reggie Gross story, I'd recommend this video made by Rich the Fight Historian, where he goes into more...
Hold on. Now I'm curious. Is this man, Richie Gross, still alive? That was a W Production W video right there. Richie Gross. Yo, am I tripping?
Gross was convicted.
Oh, Reginard. Bro, I don't know how to spell that name. R-E-G-N-A. Gross. Right there. He's still alive. He's 60 years old at the moment. Jeez, bro. This man literally was in gangs while still doing boxing. Now I think it's more rare to see that. I haven't really seen. Now it's just like, yo, you get caught up with fucking. Oof, I did not mean to cuss. Now you just get caught with illegal substances, but now being part of a gang. Thing is, the salary back then for a boxer was way different, so it's different. But yo, 3 life sentences is crazy. And they say he won't get till what, 2048? So what? If he's 60 right now, it's 2022. 48 minus 2022 is 26. So you add 60 plus 26, that is 86. I mean, he could still be alive by then, right? But who knows? But if you, that's gonna basically cap off the video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to make that great thumbs up, light up blue. It will throw confetti at you. Make sure to make that great. Make sure to make that rock singer box thingy gray. Share this video to how many people you like, whether it's your girl, your wife, your husband, your ex, whoever it is, your lawyer, your neighbor, your teammate, your coach, whoever. Comment down any videos you have for me. Comment down any of your thoughts and reactions. Did you guys ever know about Richie Cross? Did you know he was in all of this? I didn't even know he fought. I didn't even know Tyson fought Richie Cross. But then again, I don't even know who he'd be fighting. I just be watching the highlights. And but now I'm learning more about who he's fighting. And it's crazy how that's two people that I know now that he's fought that were part of gangs, bro. And got caught up in gangs even after they lost to Tyson, which is crazy. That's what it is, bro. But hope you guys have the rest of your day, rest of your morning, rest of your night. Catch you in the next one. Yeah, catch you in the next one.